Hi, welcome to GBS. We thought we'd have a look at this Mazda based Zero. It's our single donor kit, so it uses all MX5 components, whether that's a Mark 1, Mark 2 or 2.5 as its donor for the main mechanicals. The parts that we retain off the donor are the front hubs, engine, gearbox, steering column, brake master cylinder, clutch cylinder, the prop shaft, the differential, drive shaft, rear hub and brakes. And then everything else is bespoke GBS. This car was built by a customer. It took them about 9 to 10 months to build. They bought it as a kit and we factory panelled and painted it in the Lamborghini Nardo grey, which has turned out really nice. The carbon and the grey work really well together. So we thought we'd just have a look around, really talk through some of the bits. So we've got GBS seats, and we've gone with the blue detailing against the grey. So we've got the blue stitching, the blue harnesses, and we've got the aircraft style quick release buckles as well, which are really nice, especially in the winter when you've got your big jackets on and that, trying to get your arms through the seat belts makes a big difference. GBS gauges. So we've got the black bezel, black face, and on there they've got all the warning lights built in. So if we put the ignition on, you can see there that everything is built within so it gives you a really nice clean dash without the clutter of lots of warning lights and so on. We're retaining the Mazda stalks, so they vary a little bit depending on which Mazda you've got and what year and whether it's an import and so on. We've got the Momo Boss, Momo quick release, and the Momo wheel. The Momo quick release is really nice. If no one's seen it before, comes off, it's on a ball system. What's quite nice though is if you put it on out of orientation, you just turn it and it locks in, so you're always centered. A lot of the cheaper ones out there and that have no reference to center, so you can put your wheel off in a different point and going down the road like this. We've got the carbon fibre side trims on here. The new seatbelt machine bits that are all IVA compatible, so you haven't got to bother with nut covers anymore. So we've engineered in the radiuses. It's got our ATR dampers on, so that's the alley monotube dampers all round. It's got the Mazda rear hub. I think this has got the Mazda adjustable rear end that we've done, so it's all rose joint adjustable, or we've got the standard fixed geometry, so depending on what you want. I definitely recommend going with the adjustable though, especially if you're going to drive the car a bit more spirited and a bit harder and do more track use. It's well worth the upgrade. We're also on this one, it's running the Mazda VVT engine. So on the engine you've actually got a solenoid that operates the variable cam timing on the inlet side, which protrudes above the bonnet. So what we've done a bonnet scoop. So we've got the standard aluminium bonnet, and then we've got a composite scoop in there. Really nice part. It was actually one of the first parts our apprentice did. We just set him as a project to make this. He's made a cracking job of that. And then this actually rivets into the alley bonnet, and once it's all painted and blended in, it's seamless. We've just got the mesh at the front, and that gives you plenty of clearance for the sensor. And then under the bonnet, so that's your Mazda 2.5 VVT engine. So on the engine, it goes in as standard normally, a really good clean, check everything over, generally do the cam belts, the basics, see how it goes. Typically they don't need a full rebuild. Most of the Mazda engines are pretty solid. We retain some of the plugs, so when you build your kit and strip your donor, we reuse the plugs for the coil packs, the cam sensor, crank sensor and the VVT. There's quite a few different variants depending on year and that, so the loom we've designed accommodates it all. It's just a lot of the plugs you've got to buy them in hundreds of, and there's a lot, so we just reuse the old plugs and put new terminals in them. So this has got the coil on the plug and then the lead off to the others. As I said, the VVT, which you can see is that bit higher. There's a few options where you can get a delete kit, but it's nicer to have it, and if it's set up properly as a full PWM variable VVT, the mid-range torque and the way it drives is so much nicer. It's a bit of a no-brainer to utilise that one. Then we're running our ATR throttle bodies. So that's a GBS manufactured ATR throttle bodies. So they're a 45mm throttle. We're getting round about sort of 175, 180 horsepower. Really good mid-range, performs really well. Fuel regulator, and we can do these as well in the anodising colours as well if you want to match. So if you've got that theme running throughout the car, we can anodise to suit. With it being a Gen 2 Zero, as you can see, everything's really nice and clean. So one of the things we wanted on the Gen 2s and everything was minimal. So you take the bonnet off, there's no clutter and batteries and wires and everything. It's just very, very neat everywhere. Again, the customer's made a really nice job of this one. All your blue hoses we've gone with. Everything's painted and kept that theme of the blue throughout. I think he's going to swap to the daytime running lights as well. I think we just left these on for the IVA, even though the others are compatible. You sometimes find you get a nicer dipper pattern with the standard lights. We've got our ATR dampers and we've done them in black. So we've got the option to, standard is the orange, but you can go all black. Sometimes the orange clashes. Our normal 4-into-1 exhaust system with the catalyst built in, and we're running full closed loop lambda on here as well. We've started doing some shortened sumps as well for the Mazda. Ground clearance isn't too bad as standard, but depending on where you're and what you're doing, it can be worth doing. So we have got that as an option available. That's really about it on this one. Yeah, it's a credit to the customer really, and the standard of car we're getting through now. But anyone got any questions about the kit, options on donors, different engine options, just get in touch with one of the guys and they'll talk you through. You know, we can spec out your whole project and work with you on that one. Thank you for watching, and we'll speak soon.